Hello, fellow dorks. Here we go. 12 years. That way. My screen's reversed, so I always get confused. All right. We're just trying something a little different today, trying something new. We are expected to die in this, so that's nice, as opposed to the games we don't expect to die and keep dying. And this one, we don't slowly bleed out like Grimscar. We just die. Then we get a new party, and we die again. So this is a really fun game. It's by Max Moon Games. Max Moon is a pretty well-known, like, big creator for a lot of these solo ttrpg games, and this is maybe one of his newer ones. I have one of the expansions for it. It cost me like, I think it's like 15 bucks, this game, but it's a pretty it's just a little zine. It's not a lot of not a whole lot of informations. I did get my tooth fixed. It's my temporary. Think got a temporary. But it's in there. It's not my little flipper thing. So I can start rehearsal and be able to enunciate properly and project without whatever that flipper thing was doing. So hooray. All right, let's get going. I have no idea how this is gonna play. How long? I've played two games of this. One took like 2-ish hours, and one took like an hour, just because I kept dying real quick. And time, we're against a clock in this game, hence 12 years. And we only have 12 years to complete our task. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Mike. There we go. I'm gonna scroll that down so we can see the bottom of the chat screen there. I have no idea, but let's get into it. This is a new game for you guys. It's pretty rules light, and the combat is just like roll a d6 and see what happens. It's not insanely tactical, but like Mike likes to say, the dice tell the story, and in this, the dice really tell the story, and we're just kind of watching everything kind of fall apart while we explore. And it's whimsical. It's very kind of fairy-esque whimsy to it, which is kind of fun after what I'm doing. Won't be able to join your days. Currently, I'm at work on break. Hope you have a fun time playing today. Thank you, Whitehawk. So good to see you. Stay on my Discord channel, and hopefully I'll update you how my hours going to work going forward when I begin my rehearsals on Friday. Okay, so let's, I'm going to just kind of go through the book with you guys, and real quick, just kind of give you like what's happening and the, and then we'll roll up our characters. We have 4 characters. This reminds me of Final Fantasy, like the first one. I don't know why. Maybe because that game was just so brutal with how weak you were. But we're just kind of like these 4 little idiots bopping around, doing a little hex crawl. So anyway, so we got our dice here. We got our chat. Over to our right is our hex crawl. God dang it. This way? I'm pointing the opposite direction. This way, that's our little hex crawl. These are our character sheets here, right here. There's 4 of them. We can add more people to the party. More may join us. And then over here, we've got our the rules. Let's just kind of go through it real quick. I'm going to give you a very quick overview, and then we'll just hit the ground running here and falling and on our own sword. So much like our last session. Yeah, no kidding. I do have an idea of how to remedy legendary kingdoms. I'm percolating. We will finish that story. Just that last TPK really hurt a lot of our souls. So here we go. Oh, I need to add the music. The music, I haven't cultivated this list super well. So hopefully it is all fantasy-esque. It's whimsical, but also, yeah, we'll see how it is. Here we go. This is our background for what's happening. 12 years ago today, the wild prophet returned from Fae. Madness about their addled mind, starkly waving antlered tines. A smile shone of secrets learned and visions of the known world burned. The prophet's ranting hardly heard. You alone did heed the word. The king of old in risen bone rots with hatred on his throne. Bear the skull that bore a crown. A coronation shall lay him down. 12 years from now, if none succeed, the king's dead army on fearsome steed brazenly burns all that lives, and death becomes a welcome gift. Ooh. So we have our epic quest. Basically what we have to do, find a crown. Just find one. And there's ways to do it, but find a stupid crown, then make our way up to the top of that hex map where you can see where it says castle. And go in there and fight the lich and just put the crown on his head, which is basically like landed attack on him. All right, let's just go through this here real quick. I'll read up anything that seems important. There is, you can see right here, it says delving refers to exploring dungeons. There is a little bit of map making in this game, and you like roll what kind of room it is, roll its the terrain, roll. But honestly, that stuff doesn't quite matter. Like mechanically speaking, it's just like fluff to an extent. So let's find a blacksmith. There you go. That's a good way to make a crown. But for me to draw maps, like it's a square room with 3 doors, or it will take too long for me via this medium to like just draw this stuff. So I'm just going to keep track of what room we're in and how many doors we have. It's not going to be as confusing as like when we were doing the little dungeon area in Legendary Kingdoms. So I'll just keep abreast of that, and just do it with pencil and paper very quickly. And I will kind of cut out some of the more, what style room, what's it like? Just because it's not necessarily needed and just involves us rolling more dice, which was a slow down the experience a bit for us. But I highly suggest you do, if you play this game, to do that. Hexplorer Delving. There are no turns in 12 years. Play is parallel. You may meet or recruit people. Death is undoubtedly in the future for any given party member. It is unlikely that your first party will succeed. You may go through many parties before finding a crown and sieging the sunken castle of the south. So again, we are not expected to do well. Let's see. We level up by gaining gold. Once we have 100 gold, we can level up. Usually via like someone needs to do it for us, but we basically give them gold and they'll level us up. Should you accept this quest, you are tasked with finding a crown, sieging the sunken castle of the south, and placing the crown upon the brow of the Lich King. If accomplished before 12 years have passed, you have saved the known world. If 12 years pass, then the world, as you know, is destroyed, and the game is lost. It is unlikely that you will win, but please, give it a try, and feel free to blame me when your party dies miserably. See, there's expectations set, so thank you, Max. So this is, we're just gonna kind of get started here. I will just talk about the rules as we get there. It looks like it's just, it looks like there's just the 2 of us here. Great. I do have the village, expansion, so I do have some more characters. Normally you'd start, there are 4 possibilities, but with the village expansion, it gave us 5, up to 6. So I need Mike and Morgan to both roll a d6, and that will be our starting characters for them. So Mike and Morgan both roll a d6, and we will figure out. Mike rolled I need 2d6, sorry, I should have been more specific. Mike rolled a 4, and Morgan rolled a 2, and what else we got here? So we have a giant, great. They can take a lot of damage. We have a giant and a thief, and a rogue, and a thief. Great. 2 thieves. What could possibly go wrong? So, you can see right here, I'm going to update our character sheet. Let me know in the chat how well you can see the character sheet. I had a little bit of trouble trying to figure out how to lay out this this page. But, oh, there's something super cute. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's on the page above. Record your characters. Name your characters. Any character without a name dies instantly. I love that. That just kind of makes me happy. So anyway, think of your characters' names while I'm filling this stuff in. Can't see much on my small laptop screen. That stinks. Well, what I can do actually here, since we're dealing where we are now, I can zoom this in a little bit because we don't need the hex map. So what I can do is I can just make this a little bigger. It's going to cover my face, but that's fine. There, I'll be peeking over there. Can you guys see what's going on? I'm just peeking over. Yeah? Everything okay? There, that may help a little bit. But all we're really doing is just kind of filling out this sheet here. Let's see here. Baldwin! There you go. So, Morgan, you had the, well, you both had thieves. Was it thieves or, yeah, thief. And that is, whoops. Baldwin the thief? Baldwin, for he did not live long. So we have Baldwin the thief. Baldwin, he's a thief. We'll roll weapons in a second. He's a thief. Mike, you had a thief. And a... Who had the giant? Was it you, Mike, who had the giant? Oh, gosh dang it. No, that's right. I think it may have been Mike who had the giant. Morgan rolled a 6, so that's the thief. Mike rolled a 6. Oh, I just have your thief scores. Who had the rogue? Was that Morgan? Who rolled a 2, and then who rolled the 4? It doesn't really matter, because honestly, we don't really control much of the party. But I'm just going... Okay, it doesn't matter. I did. Okay, so... Giant. Okay, giant, and then the rogue. Okay, so we have Baldwin the thief. We have, we need a giant, the other thief, and the other rogue's names. And I'm going to write down what their abilities are. So for the thief, they have sneaky. And this page is a bit of a mess where I'm scrolling right now because I try to just cram everything from the expansion onto this so we didn't need to be jumping back and forth between the expansion. So we have, the thieves are sneaky. What that means is you always retrieve loot or crown the Lich King when evading, which is awesome. So a part of this game is just trying to get loot, obviously. And when we can like see loot on the floor and we can see like a giant protecting it or a golem protecting it, even if we run away successfully, the thief is able to grab the loot. So that is awesome. Leaf for the rogue, awesome. So leaf. Did I spell that right? Nope, I didn't. As stated, that didn't look quite right. Leaf for the rogue. Let's see. We have, I'm going to put that down on both of them. So Baldwin are both, I'm going to write down loot and crown, because they can also crown the Lich King, because they're so dexterous and nimble and sneaky, they can, hence the power, they can crown the Lich King. We have, Giant's name is Uncle Flonkafu. Of course it is. God dang it, Mike. Mike had a, that was his Unk. Flonk. His bard always had a bunch of uncles and stuff like that. He'd tell stories. My Uncle Flonkafu. It was always stuff like that. So thank you, Mike. And then, so we have loot crown for both of our thieves. So I'm just writing that down. Just, again, I'm not writing down the power. I'm kind of just giving us a little guideline to know exactly what they do. Now, the thieves also have weaknesses, which is backstabber, which is not the worst thing in the world, really. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Here it is. If the thief is the sole party member, which means everyone else dies, they loot the party and flee. So what happens in this game, when our party dies, the other characters, the new party, a year will pass, and a new band of idiot adventurers will go out, and they can go to where that other party found and loot their corpses. But the thief will instead loot them themselves. So you can't go back and do that. So they both have powers and weaknesses. So that's the that is what the weakness is of the thief, which is kind of good too, because you don't need to really keep track of that one in combat. It's just something you do when they're the last one. It's like, oh yeah, crap, he's gonna steal all your stuff. Bub is the name of the other one. Great. Steal, and then steal. Okay, so we've got Bub. Bub is our other thief. So we have Baldwin and Bub, the thieves. We have Uncle Flonkafu, the giant, and we have Leaf, the rogue. The giants, the giant has a ton of health. So let's just update that now real quick. The max health of our thieves are 10, which is second best, actually. 10, 10. So I'm going to just update this. 10, 10. And, yep, that's all updated. The giant, its health is 30. Which is pretty darn nice. 30. Its power, the giant, is brute force, which I believe gives us an extra +1 to our attacks. Yes, +1 to damage. So whenever we roll attacks, we get a +1 after all of our scores are rolled up, which I'll explain very quickly. Combat is super fast in this game. And you kind of don't have a lot of control. But we roll dice. A d6, your favorite after Legendary Kingdoms, and you guys will be rolling that. But its weakness is, the giant's weakness is it's slow. Uh-oh. While evading, you cannot sexfully, getting used to the tooth, successfully retrieve loot or achieve any other results requiring a 4. An evasion roll of 4 has the same effect as a 3. So it makes it a little bit harder for us to flee, which may stymie the thief who wants to get stuff, because the thief's ability is where'd it go here? Braggadocious, backstabber, cowardly. Cowardly's funny. Cowardly means you possibly can die at the start of combat because you get so scared. Always retrieve loot. He always retrieves loot or crown the loot when evading, regardless of the roll. Okay, so he always gets it. But we can't really run away super well because of the giant. All right. The last one we really have to do is the weakness of the giant is bad evade. So we'll just have to remember that he evades poorly. But again, we want him to get hit because he can take up. He has more health than the other 3 members of our party. Is that true? No, because the rogue has 12. Never mind, I lie. The rogue is actually a little bit better than the 10s. So his ability is for the rogue. He can disable traps, which is nice. So we don't have to deal with traps. Automatically disabling traps encountered. That is a good thing, obviously. Especially, traps are mostly going to be found in dungeons. And his weakness is self-preservation. So it's random who, self-preserve. It's random who gets targeted by our enemy attacks. If we'll just roll randomly. We have 4 party members. I'll roll like a D4. If it comes up as a 2, it'll be Uncle Flonkafu. But if it comes up as a 4 on Leaf, we'll have to roll it again because it's self-preservation. He's having other people take the hit for him. After this, we have a few more rolls, and then we're ready to get rocking. When Avery says combat is super fast, we all know what that means. Yeah, super deadly. Let's see here. Starting gold, I need both of you to roll 2d4. Every party member starts with an amount of gold. We just add it all up, and that's our starting gold. Again, if we have 100, we can level up. But that is impossible. Max we would start up with is 80. But we also do get some loot, so we can sell that stuff as well. But yeah, everyone, both of you guys roll 2d4s. Is that 2 1s? Oh, gross. All right, 2 1s. So that is 2 gold for Morgan. Gross. Mike got a 3 and a 3. So that is 10, 20, 22 gold. All right, so we start with 22 gold. Burp, burp. And let's keep on cruising here. Weapons. Roll. So we should do this individually. I need whoever's character is Baldwin. Roll a d6. I think that's Morgan. And we're just going to get your weapon. And then we have one more thing after this, which is loot, and then we hit the ground stumbling. So Morgan, roll 1d6, and we will see what weapon you get. You have a 3. You have a sword. Nice. That does 1d8 damage. So you have a sword. You do 1d8. 1d8. And roll is your... and then who's Uncle Flonkafu? Roll... is that Morgan again? I know Mike named Uncle Flonkafu, but whoever's Uncle Flonkafu, that is Mike. Mike has the giant. Uncle Flonkafu rolled a 5, has a staff, does 1d6. That sucks. But he does get that +1 to the attack. But we want to get that giant a better weapon. And again, a lot of this stuff is just like, we're like, mine doesn't make sense. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. So there's our staff. It does 1d6. All right, we got Bub. Roll for Bub. Let's see what weapon he has. And you'll see, oh, cool, a ranged weapon. It doesn't matter. It just does an X amount of damage. Bub's got a sling, which kind of makes sense for a thief, staying in the back and just kind of using your little sling. That does 1d4. Oh, not a 1d5, because that's a weird-looking dice. And then finally, Leaf. We started well with the sword, and then we're kind of regressing. We went from a 1d8 to a 1d6 to a 1d4. So Morgan, get us some good rolls here. We would love a 1 would be cool. Should give that to the giant. I think you can trade things pretty freely in this game, though, too. I think that's okay. Oh, hang on. Morgan probably rolled, and I'm on the wrong page. Like a dum-dum. And you got a 6! You got a sling! Oh, I was excited for a second. I thought we wanted high. Nope. Alright, well, we need to get some new weapons. Sling. Sling, 1d4. Alright. We are now going to roll loot, and then we are starting the game. And again, this is a way for us to just kind of have things for us. I need Baldwin. Roll me a 1d12. This will be your loot. And loot is worth money, and we can find people to trade it with. Loot may be shared freely and traded among individual party members, as we can see. Each starting party member and any newcomers begin with a loot. Loot is determined, blah. Okay, we got a 2. A mushroom. Ooh, this could be magical. This could have some interesting... You could die right now. You can die in character creation, which would be amazing. So, you rolled a mushroom. Let's see. I think it's down here? Single use. How do we do this here? Magic. Let's see. Is it down here? Mushrooms. Magic mirror. Magic key. Fey touched mushroom. Or death. Okay, give me a second. Fey touched or death. Where's Fey touched? Okay, roll a 1d8. We're gonna see what kind of magic mushroom you have. Eek! So this is Baldwin the Thief. Their loot is this magic mushroom that they foraged somewhere or stole. 8. Death. Instantly kill one enemy. That is huge. Death. Mush. So, okay, we got that. That's good to remember. Awesome. So we got this, this really, really deadly mushroom. I guess the thief is able to shove it in their face, or maybe it has spores on it. You can die in character creation. Immaculate Avery vibes already, no kidding. Weird that this table makes high rolls bad, I know. Okay, now we need Uncle Flonkafu. Let's see what your loot is. So as you can see, it's really goofy resource management. The combat works basically, we roll a d6. On a d1, the enemy hits for double damage. On a roll of a 2, they hit for normal damage. On the roll of a 3, they hit for half damage. So as you can see, that's 1 through 3 they hit. On a 4, they hit for half damage, and we hit for half damage. On a 5, we hit for normal damage. On a 6, we do double damage. So they actually hit more than we do. So we've got, Mike got a 1. You got a mirror, okay. Let me just double check this. What does that mean, the mirror? See, do you see right here, you can get a crown right in the beginning. Which again, we need a crown. A mirror. Are these, is this... I get a little confused about the mirrors if they are supposed to be magic or unique. There is a magic mirror. Okay, so it's a mirror. So, oh, I know I know what's going on. Okay. Roll a d6. We're seeing what kind of mirror it is. So it could be broken, mundane, ancient, ornate, or magic. But I think the mushrooms are always something. It is broken. Cool. It's a giant. He probably looked at it and smashed it out of anger. Broken mirror. Worth 1 gold. Boo. Go ahead and roll. Bub, roll a 1d12 to see what your loot item is. And we have 2 more loot items, and then we are on our way. That looks like a mirror again. Okay, let's try this again, Mike. Roll 1d6. It's gonna be really funny when you roll that 1 again. You have 2 broken mirrors between you. All right, great. You have an ancient. All right, so a mirror is worth 5 gold. So you have a 10 gold mirror. All right. And then finally, Leaf. It is your turn to roll loot. So again, these things, I mean, it's like, well, that sucks. It's that is 1/10 of our way to a new level. When you level, it's a little boost. You get, the entire party each gets +1 to their attacks, and then +1 HP bonus. 12. There we go. We got a crown. There we go. So we have indicated items have the possibility of becoming unique magical items. Oh, that's what the, okay, let us check the quality of this crown. And I think all we need is just a crown. I don't think it needs to be any particular crown. There is another way to defeat the Lich King, but you kind of have to find that in game. So, yay, we've already kind of found some issue, what to do with this crown. So yeah, roll this 1d6 for us, and we will see what is going on. I mean, the crown's already great, but it can be like a super evil crown. Or if you roll like a really good, roll twice. Combining qualities and effects. Okay. So roll, uh-oh, here we go. Now it's getting kind of weird. So we could get like an ancient ornate crown, or a broken mundane crown, or a ancient magic crown. Something like that. So let's see. Roll 2d6, Morgan. 2. Mundane. Okay, that's fine. And 1 more. We're seeing what kind of crown we have. But we have a crown. That's great. I mean, again, this game, as you can see, is very random. And a 1. We have a broken mundane crown, but we think we start, for whatever reason, maybe this rogue found this this crown and knew exactly what it was. So now what we've got to do really is just get up all the way up to the top of that map. Okay, so we got a crown. And as far as I can tell in the rules, it is pretty rules light, but it's not incredibly rules, it leans on the side of under-explaining sometimes, but it just says, all it says is, get a crown. We got a crown. And there are a lot of ways to find crowns. Like, people will tell you where crowns are. It's like, oh, in a dungeon you can get a crown. But we have a crown, and I'm assuming it's the crown we want. So let's go. Let's go play. We could, in the beginning, with the village expansion, look around the village and stuff like that. But let's just hit the ground and start having some fun here. So I'm going to reduce this. We're ready to go out and see how fast this game moves and how insane it is. So let's just move this back here. So We are currently at that little starting hex that you may be able to see. I'm assuming we're just going to head north. It doesn't really... can we fix it? Yeesh, 100 ground reduced to 1. Yeah, but we think it is... we think it's the magic crown that we need. The crown. We just assume. So, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Who cares? So let's just start moving north. I need somebody to roll me. Let's see who's first. Morgan, you're up. So why don't you roll first? I'm just going to say we move northeast. Roll a 1. We now just looking at our Hexploration table. Roll a 1d12. And we will... Excuse me. I may be a liar. 1d6. I'm a butthole liar. There we go. We're just seeing what kind of terrain we are getting. So let's see what terrain we get on the roll of a 1d6 by Morgan. We end up at a quiet forest. No encounters on the first turn that we are here. So, all right. We got a nice little forest. I've just got these little... actually, I'll copy this. And then make a little copy of it. Copy. Paste. All right. So we know that little area, because we could have to possibly return here, that we know, okay, that's a forest area. And we had no encounters. It was quiet. But when we come back, if we have to cut back through here, we may have an encounter. So we are just slowly making our way north right now. I will say more than likely there is no way we're going to be able to kill the Lich King, but we're making a path. Mike, should we just keep on moving north? Mike, I'm going to pull you up on the dice. Tell me which direction you want to go. We're on that green dot right now. And roll a 1d6, and we'll just see what kind of terrain we have. So on the outskirts of town, it's not bad. We kind of wander out and see a nice little quiet forest, which makes sense. It's on the outskirts of town. That's not going to be too deadly. But let's see what happens after that. Ooh. Okay, the music's vaguely pastoral. Is it too loud, or how's it doing? Again, the only reason I don't listen to it is because I hear myself on a pseudo delay, and it drives me bonkers. Northwest, and Mike rolled a 1. It is a lake, so we cannot enter that area. So what that does is, I'm pretty sure, lake. Let me see here. Quiet lake. No encounter on cannot enter this hex. Return to last hex. If one or more hexes becomes sequestered. Okay, so it is possible, as you can see, we can keep hitting all of these like lakes. And what can happen is, as you can see, then the skull-masked bard carrying a drum will offer to ferry you to a neighboring hex. So you can still do it. But there is a lake ahead of us. What I think this means, though, is we got bumped back into the forest. So we do have to roll an encounter on the forest table. Because we just went there. It's like, oh, crap, there's that big lake. And then we turn back around. Oh, I should get like a little party marker or something. So we are back in the forest. So we do need to roll... Mike, since this is your turn, yeah, it's a lake. Music's volume's good. A little loud. Okay, great. I think I turned it down. Let me know if that got better. And then, Mike, we're still on you. Go ahead and roll a 1d12 for the, for a forest encounter. So there is an expansion, which I'm actually kind of annoyed about, that it's only in print. It's not in PDF. And again, this PDF's only like 30 pages, and it's a zine. So, oh God, here we go. We have no Fae. So this is passing. This is not a permanent event. But, so we go out towards this lake, and then, we're like, oh gosh, this is the furthest we've ever been, Mr. Frodo. And we turn back around, we come back into this forest, and well, that's not too bad. We get lost in the Fae for a year. And when we come back out, time moves differently in the Fae. Again, this is very whimsical. We just kind of enter the land of fairy and come back, and all of a sudden a year has passed. So I'm going to update our little sheet down here at the bottom. Where is that? 2, 1. So there we go. We just lost a year. Again, it's whimsy. It's weird. We get over it. Okay, so 1 year down. We are back where we began. I'm just going to put a P for party. That is where we are. We're back here in the forest, and of course it didn't show because I copied it. Bring forward. Morgan, write down a direction in which way you want to go. So we're currently back at the forest. We know that there's a lake to our northwest. Let's see what is up. Oh, so what the other expansion, there's a demon expansion, which I didn't get. The village expansion, which is super fun. And if we die and start over, we can mess around the village. We can also stumble upon villages as well. But there is another one that is a, did you roll the 2? Okay, it's a new one. That it brings, so as you can see, it says marsh, hills, and forest. We're rolling on the same encounter table for the marsh, for the hills, and for the forest, where what it does, it kind of diversifies them. Man, Morgan loves these quiet forests, which is not a bad thing. All I'm assuming we were going northeast. So maybe we got a little turned around. And then, but yeah, I'm assuming we're just still trying to make our way north. So let's go northeast. I'm going to copy and paste this. Copy. Paste. All right. I know. Settle down. All right. So there we go. Now we found our way around the lake. We're doing good. There was no, you can go ahead, Morgan, you've been just rolling forest, so you can continue to keep on going here. Feel free to roll another d6 as we continue, and let me know what direction you feel like going. Do you want to go east, northwest, or northeast? And again, I just kind of created these little circles as little tokens for us to just give us an idea. But we are here. I'm having trouble. Maybe if I put a new... it's not working, though. For some reason, it's getting bare. Oh, but maybe I can write on these things. Can I write on them? Ooh, there we go. 1. God dang it. Which way were we going? We're 1. Which way was that? We are like the king of lakes and forests. So paste. Okay, settle down. There we go. I'm going to say we're going northwest until I hear otherwise. So we fall back into this forested area because we do have this very large lake. And what was the rule about the lake again? If 1 or more hexes become sequestered by lakes. Okay, so if they're cut in half, then we have the guy showing up, and he sings us this creepy little poem. We're in Minnesota. We are. All right, so let's do. Oh, Morgan, you got to roll our encounter. So we go back to this. This is gonna be kind of bad. We kind of keep going, and we keep hitting this lake and turning around, and then like things happen to us in this forested area that we thought was safe. But let's see what we got here in the forest. Roll a 1d12 for us, Morgan. And we'll see, hopefully without the mosquitoes. Are there a lot of mosquitoes in Minnesota? I guess, I pictured so far in the north, I wouldn't think there would be a lot of mosquitoes there. 2, a creature, here we go. Combat time. And this dude's gonna stay here until it's like Grimscar. We can run away, or we can fight it. So we have a creature. Morgan, you're still up. Let's, I think you're gonna roll a 1d12. Okay, I'm gonna hide it. What kind of creature do we find? Oh, it's fine. We have to fight. That's the name of the game. Watch us die. But that's fine. Because again, this one is like, we have nothing. We have nothing at stake, which is kind of nice in this game. We haven't spent 15 sessions of about an hour and a half each. So you rolled a 10? Okay, let's see what a 10 is. The 10 is a Banshee. Invulnerable, cannot be damaged, which means we have to run away. But what's tricky about that is our giant makes it a little harder to run away. How we evade is we roll a 1d4, and we basically, because of our giant, need to get a 4. Let's see if I can find the evading rules real quick here. Evading combat. So, and it does 1d6 damage. Okay. So, we would roll a 1d4. Again, combat very quick. If we roll a 1, the enemy hits and we fail the evasion. We roll a 2, the enemy follows us into the next hex. If we roll a 3, we evade, but we don't get any of the loot. If we hit a 4, we retrieve loot and evade the enemies. Now remember, because we have this big old fat giant, we don't evade well, but we can't fight this thing. We have to run away from it. So we need to basically roll a 4? We really need to roll a 4, but that would count as a 3. So this Banshee is going to be chasing us, but they don't chase you back into the starting hex. So if we do evade, we have to move into a neighboring hex where we could encounter something, and then the Banshee's still on our tail. But if we run back home, it's not going to chase us home. So that's probably what we're going to have to do. Who feels like rolling the 1d4? So again, because the giant, we're getting a -1 modifier because he's slow. So we really want a 4 rolled, because that's going to count as a 3 on those evasion rolls. And then if we evade, we don't get the attack of whatever I said it was. A 4! Good job! Who rolled that? That was Mike! Yay! Okay. So we run away before it even gets us. We're like, oh, look, it's a lake. How pretty. Then we turn around, we quickly run back. We're back in that initial stupid forest spot. Now we do have to roll because we have been here before. This was actually something I did not do earlier. When you return to a place, you roll a d6 instead of the d12. So give me 1 second to find where that table is. Recruiting party members, hex train table. So we're back at the forest, and you'll be able to see right, where was it? Is it here? Oh, here we go. You see right here where it says continued for new hexes only? This is an old hex, so we only roll a 1d6, which is not too bad. Like, okay, we can still get lost in the Fae, but there are chances to meet friends or a lost noble. So, Mike, you rolled that 1d4. Morgan, I think it is Mike's turn though. But just going back and forth. So, Mike, go ahead and roll that 1d6 because we are returning. So I was a little wrong last time, as is prone to happen. And we'll see what happens. 6. We got a lost noble. Okay, this is fun. So, and we're right by town. This is not a bad thing at all. Because we ran back to this, we are right back here. I think you can see that on eCams where I just kind of highlight. Yeah, you can. So, perfect timing. We find a lost noble. He offers us 100 gold to safely escort him back to the nearest village. Level advancement available, which means he can give us the gold and we can immediately go up a level. Right? And we're right there. I mean, the clock's not ticking right now. The clock ticks when we die or we end up in the Fae world. There is a character you can get called like the Fae, and like they're Fae touched or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but basically we're immune to that, like going into the Fae world stuff. But, I mean, obviously we do this, right? Because, again, there is no reason not to. Great, let's do it. We are back home. We bring him there. The idiot is like, yeah, it's right here, buddy. He gives us 100 gold. We can immediately go up a level, which I don't know why we wouldn't do, so I'm going to start it. So what that means is our max health all went up by 1, which doesn't sound amazing, but honestly, it helps. For the giant, it's like, okay, 31, who cares? But for everyone else, this is a massive, massive increase. Also, now whenever we attack, so our party level is 1, we all roll, every party member adds an extra point of damage. So we haven't done a legit combat yet, but when we do combat, we just simultaneously would roll everyone's weapon scores at once. So the D8, the D6, the D4, the D4, and then we would add +1, +1, +1, +1. So we'd add 4 on top of that because our party has gone up a level. So that, again, it's very, very pretty simple math here. So we escorted him back. Since we are in the village, do you guys want to try some of the village encounters? They can be pretty good, pretty bad, pretty weird. I'll just tell you what we can do. So if you do any village encounters, you can gamble. You can investigate. You could check out rumors. Those are like the things you can do. But if you do that, you have to carouse. And sometimes carousing, because that means, so you have your daytime activity, then you stay the night. And at night, you can't help yourself but go carousing. And that's where you get yourself in trouble. So again, it gives you this, possible benefit, and then it screws you up at night. Sometimes it's okay. But that's up to you guys if you want to carouse. If you'd rather go back into the forest and start making our way up towards the castle. We still need some weapons, so. The story of my life. Yeah, happy birthday, Mike, belated. But happy birthday, still not, I was gonna say in person. This isn't in person, but happy birthday nonetheless. I'm fine either way. Yeah, I mean, do we need it? I don't know, but we're here. I'm happy to keep on just trekking along. I don't care either way. I'm just waiting. Once, let's see, Mike. I want stories. The stories of his life. I was gonna say stories from this game. I'm gonna give you guys a few more seconds. And then I guess if we do leave, do we just stick with this forest, or we kind of go around the lake on the left side, which there could be other things there that there will be. We just don't know what there could be. Hills. See that again? That's kind of the annoying thing. As you can see, marsh, hills, and forest. It's all exactly the same. Like what our results could possibly be. But again, there is this expansion. I think it's just called Hexploration or something like that. It's not that, maybe like 8 pages, but it's not available in PDF. I think they're maybe making a second edition of it, but like PDF that thing, I want it. I'll buy it. I don't know what the benefit there is to the encounters. I don't know what benefit there is to the encounters. The encounters here in the woods, there really isn't. Are the encounters in the village? The encounters in the village, we can get rumors like where to find a crown, for instance. We can gain money. We can gamble and gain money. We could Well, let's see. Let's just look real quick. Because there's no, so gamble. We just literally roll a 1d6, and you can see, win 10 times your gold, but then you're chased out of town. Win 5 times your gold, lose half your wager, lose all your wager. That's just something to do. Investigate. Villages bring together complex webs of secrets, rumors, dramatic intrigue, and those who profit off of them. Pay 5 gold, which we do have 5 gold, to begin investigating for rumors. And this could give us patrons and stuff like that. And you can see we lose more money, thwarted by a villainous villager, because there are villagers that want to attack us for some reason. But you can also see we can meet a patron, learn a rumor. Carousing. The caroused ones are like, imprisoned. Learn a rumor. Meet a patron. Be attacked. Recruit a new party member. Just out of nowhere. That's nice. Meet a patron and gain a free level. Gain a new party member and a free level. Robbed of your most valuable item, always a crown. So, they can be a little scary. And then the rumors will tell you, like, things out on the hex. Like, there's an old hermit hidden away in the nearest hill. So we would look for, like, in a hill hex, he'd be we would find him out on the hill. So, again, it kind of adds a little bit, of direction, but it's still so freaking random. But again, the game is so, like, and then there's these patrons that, we have Parnell Dupin, who always seeks a robust social life. He implores you on attending the next gathering the next days. Attend the gathering, garner 2 new party members, and advance 1 level. So, like, these are all decent things, but there's all terrible things, like you get imprisoned for 1d4 years. So, again, you just have to kind of just go with the flow in this game, which I kind of like because it doesn't pretend to be anything it's not. Let's keep exploring. Okay, so do you want to hit the forest again, or should we check out some new area to our, do you want to go up to the northwest? Who was rolling last? I think that was Mike. Morgan, give me a direction, and right now the risks kind of do outweigh the benefits because of this crown. Yeah, let's let me know if you want to go northwest or back into the forest. And if you go into the forest, roll a d6. This will answer. Or I guess we could go east or west. We haven't been there either. But if you roll a d6, I know we're going back into the forest. If you roll a d12, I know we're checking out a new area, which I'm assuming would be northwest. So, northwest. All right, roll a d12. Let's see what we got here. And I'm going to pull up the... Oh, shoot. I got excited. You still need to roll a d6 to see what kind of terrain it is, but it's a 4. And we're going to get more than likely a creature unless you roll something happier than what I think. But roll a d6. I got ahead of myself. I'm drinking tea. I actually have a cold. Unpleasant. 5. All right, so we're fighting a creature in the hills. Because that was what the 4 was. Roll once on the exploring creatures table. Oh, and that banshee is still in the woods to our northeast. They didn't leave. I need to find a way. Oh man, this is gonna make things difficult. How do I add text? Annotate. Text. I'll do it this way. Okay, is this going to go over? Yes, it is. Banshee. Okay, so we went into a hill. Okay. All right, so we're in this hill here fighting. Let's see. So we go. He's like, all right, we'll take the hills, like, overlooking the lake. It'll be a prettier walk. We don't have to deal with that banshee. And then we walk into the hills and roll a d12. Whoever's turn it is. We can stick with you, Morgan. I guess this is kind of your turn. Roll a d12. Still getting this tooth. They just put it in. It's a temporary, but they like. It was weird. They kind of like did the screw thing and then shoved it in there. It was weird. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got a 5. Oh boy. Oh. I was gonna say it ain't good. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's still not good because it's a gargantuan beetle, which I think is one thing they have artwork for. That's what we're up against. So as we can see, this thing is mean. It is a gargantuan beetle. It has 24 health. If we hit, we are probably typically doing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. But it rolls a d12 plus 4. So it's going to be averaging 10 points of damage. Which basically per turn, with the exception of the giant, it could be taking out a party member each turn. This is one of the bigger ones, obviously. So, do we try to take it down? And again, we don't get any loot for it. It's just a creature. It's not like it's carrying anything. We're not in a dungeon, which if you find dungeons, there's loot everywhere. But right now, yeah, we just got this big old thing erupted from the earth beneath us. Don't do the math, Avery. It never works in our favor. I know. I know. It doesn't. Especially in Legendary Kingdoms. It really... I should rewatch that last session just to see just how... Just the string of events that led us to our TPK. And even when we lost our boat and were taken prisoner, and then we still... You guys had me roll, and then we had to go back to the arena as opposed to just go work on a farm. It's just a mess. Okay, so don't do the math. It never works in our favor. Back to town, I guess. Well, we have to roll the evade. I want to forget that session ever happened. We have to roll an evade, so is that what you guys want to do, or do you want to fight? Because those are our two options currently. Fight or evade. And evade is not, oh. We probably should have evaded the last time we fought that, Banshee. But I forgot. Oh well. Who cares? We're learning it. This fight would be nasty. This fight would be nasty. As you can see, like, well, the deer is funny. It's just a deer. It runs away. But like, an elf is 18 health. They hit pretty hard, though. So not, yeah, everything's kind of mean. I guess the vines can't be evaded, but all right. This fight would be nasty, so you want to run away, which means we'd have to roll a d4. And again, we're not good at running away from things. We roll with a -1. And if we try to evade and fail, we just get hit. So, but this could be, well, the problem is the giant. Okay, he doesn't have a sling. He's rolling 1d6. Still you. Oh yeah, it says, is this up to Morgan if we're running, or I still don't know if we're running or are we fighting? Because we could just run back into town, the safety of town. The hills are alive with the sound of Morgan rolling. All right. What are we doing though? Yeah. So yeah, are we taking on this massive beetle, this gargantuan beetle, as a matter of fact? Or are we running back to the safety of town? But town is about to be surrounded. There's a banshee hanging out in the woods. I don't know. I don't want to lose our stuff. Well, if we lose our stuff, the next party, they would have to go kill the thing. But they could pick up our stuff. Like, again, you die. The other party can come. They have to kill the monster that's there, and then they can loot their bodies. So the crown would still be right next to town if that happens. But again, we could run away too. All right, Morgan, roll a 1d4. We want a 4. We definitely want a 4. Evading combat. Just bringing that up. Boink. Holy crap! Good job. Well, we don't fight well, but we sure run away just fine. Which we did pretty well in. Well, we did pretty frequently, I should say, in Grimscar. All right. So I'm going to. Let's see here. I'll just do this. I think I have to do it this way. It stinks. I should have dragged it out a little bit more so I didn't have to do these little pop-ups. But okay, we have a beetle. All right. Well, we are bringing a lot of things to our town's doorstep, but we run back into town. We hunker down. So now we either... all right. Look at us. We're so scared. We have to go, are we going to east or west? I mean, I guess yeah, the Banshee's just going to give us chase. Because again, we can't evade well because we got this lumbering oaf in our party. East? All right, let's go east. Mike, roll a 1d6 to see what we got to our east. Not off to a rip-roaring start here, but a start, and it's fun. I mean, I appreciate it. It's silly. A 6. I think that's a... No, it wasn't a marsh. What was that? What's the 6? I think it's still like you have to roll... roll a d12. I'm going to just figure out what it is. It is a place with encounter, so I just can't remember what the terrain is. And again, the terrain doesn't really matter. That's why I want that expansion. Where is that? Hex terrain table. Here we go. It is a forest, but it's a forest that we get an encounter on. So let us get another forest thing here. Copy, paste. I know. Oh, do not show this message again. Yes, please. Thank you. So this is where the forest is in our little town. I did not see what that roll was. It was a 1. This is a deer, right? Wasn't it just a deer? Just, yeah, there were, no. Oh, hang on. Oh, balls. It was missed. Another 1d4 years lost. Not making good headway here, guys. But it is passing. It will go away. Mike, roll a 1d4 again. Just drifting down, slowly heading south is this thick mist that is making us lose time. We are at year 3. We are 1/4 of the way through. We get really lost this time. Double the amount of time, as a matter of fact. Stuck in fairyland. But we come back out, and I'm assuming like no time really passes for us. We don't feel it. But yeah, that's not super great. Again, we could get a Fae member into our party, and if you do, he can't be subject to this. The party can't, but he also can't use like weapons and armor and metal and stuff like that. But nonetheless, there we go. That was our encounter. Are we gonna go northeast? And let's have Morgan roll the 1d6 and see what we find up in the. I don't know. We'll see what kind of terrain it is. So Morgan, roll a 1d6. Let's see. When moving from the forest, it does seem like there's a big patch of forest over here to the east of the village. But let's see what we have over here. Making our way east of where the Banshee lair is currently, at least. We have a 4. That is a marsh. Okay, that's a new terrain. Go ahead and roll a 1d12. And I will put the marsh down here. So we got a little marsh. That's where we are currently. And roll a d12. And that is a 10. Ooh, what is a 10? I don't think we've gotten a 10 yet. Ooh, it is a dungeon entrance and creature. So, we have a dungeon entrance. And there is a creature guarding it. So, dungeons are where we get money. So roll it on the dungeon entrance table and the Hexploration creature table. Entrance is guarded and not accessible unless it is killed or evaded. Ugh. Gosh, I hope we get any. Have me like some wolves or something, please. Okay, so dungeon entrance. Let us see what kind of entrance it is. Let's see if I can find that table here. Quick dungeon entrances. Here it is. Boom. Roll a 1d6, Morgan. So I'm going to write down that we found a dungeon 2. This dungeon. Tools. A 6. A boarded up cave appears long ignored with a barrier easily removed due to the rot. Okay, great. There is one that's a little weird. It's like we fall into this dungeon. And I don't know how we can get out. It's because sometimes you can get trapped. Like you don't roll a door. It's like, then we're just stuck here forever. There's no way out. Maybe. So that's, so we have the dungeon here. Dungeon. And then roll, I think, a d12, Morgan, and we'll see what kind of creature we have here. I'm assuming the dungeon is permanent. That would make sense. There's our friends. There's the thing. Yeah, roll a d12 to see what kind of creature is lolling about outside. 5. Okay, and I was wanting to look at something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, well. Let's see what kind of creature we got. This may be the beetle. 5's close to the beetle, right? Let's see here. Freaking beetle. There's a beetle. We can evade it and run into the dungeon, or we attack it. Or we evade it and run somewhere else. So yeah, gotta know these beetles. Wolves would have been nice. But yeah, we got... what are you guys feeling here? Again, evasion, not our thing. We've gotten 2 good rolls on it. Good grief, says Charlie Brown. How are you feeling? And at this point, it may be not the worst idea to go to the village and get some information. Let's get some rumors going. But I just want to make progress. Well, you gotta, to make progress, you gotta have skin in the game to play the game. So unfortunately, skin in the game in this means we get flayed to death. But yeah, it's not like we're not going to just like go somewhere and just find a magic sword. We have to. This game is made for us to not survive. So, just FYI. I mean, that little knight guy was nice though. That we just like, oh, okay, we'll take you back to town for a level, sure. So we can either evade it and run into the dungeon, evade it and run away, or fight it. Those are ideas. Fight or evade, Mike. All right, Mike, it's on your shoulders. We could just get lucky or really unlucky. And then for us to get the crown, if we do die, this beetle has to be killed. But we know where a crown is. Another party could venture around, buff up a bit, and then come back. Oh, we don't want a thief to live. Because if it comes down to just a thief, they will steal the crown. And nothing. Evade. All right. Are we evading into the dungeon, or are we evading away? So are we just going to start run northeast? So I'm going to write down Beetle Dungeon. All right. So yeah, do we want to go here in the marsh? Do we want to go, were we going in the dungeon, Mike, or we just want to start heading northeast? And go ahead and roll the 1d4, Mike, since this is your plan, sir. Let's see, go to the chat here. Your call, Morgan. Yeah, Morgan. 4! Wow. Okay. Man. One of these days you guys are going to get a fight, but at this rate, why? So you run to the northeast. We need a roll of a 1d6. We will have Morgan do this, I guess. I don't know. Morgan, roll d6. And we'll see what you get here. And we know the rule now. We're just exploring here. So this is northeast is where we are right now. 6. That is another forest. We love these forests. So roll a d12. We are currently right here. Really, but as you can see, there are kind of the same like creatures you can keep hitting. When I played, I kept hitting like oozes when I was in a dungeon. So like I do want some variety in that. But we've got let's see what Morgan's rolling here. Yeah, roll that d12 and hopefully we get a good we get something good out of this. Which I think is like 50-50 for the most part, if you find something good or bad. That may not be true. Maybe it's like 60-40. 7. That's a good number. Oh. There is a traveler tinker who will buy and sell mundane loot. Offers to exchange one loot item for safely escorting... here we go. For escorting them to the next hex. Will not sell a crown. Offers to exchange one loot item for safely escorting them to the next hex. So we just roll a random loot item. If we just like, sure, come in our party and we'll get you to the next hex. And he's here until removed, so we'll buy, sell mundane loot. Oh, I guess if we don't take him here, he's just always here to buy stuff from us. This is just where he's set up camp, and this is where we can always like sell things. So like we could sell our and remember, Baldwin the Thief has a death mushroom. You can just kill that beetle with the death mushroom. We have a mirror, so we get like 11 gold if we sold things to this dude. So that's not really the best thing. And then there is a little bit... The Traveling Tinker shares local gossip and stories of ages past, including level advancement at 100 gold pieces. Okay. The party accept to offer and to escort them. And is always unarmed. They each have a hit point. I guess if we take him to the next hex, we need to survive the next hex. So he would join our party, and then say we get into a fight in the next hex, he would have to survive that fight. And basically, we just add him to our list, and he could be randomly rolled, and he has 1 health. So that's what that means. So how are we feeling with my? That's fine. I can take him to I can take the next hex. Great. Do we have any? Do we have any what? Loot items? We have the mirror, the 2 mirrors. That's it. We could sell it for like 11 gold, or we take it to the next hex and just get and we will just roll randomly to see what we get, but we have to survive it. But again, I am reminding you, we do have the death mushroom, which could kill the guardian, the beetle outside the outside of the dungeon if we want to go play in the dungeon. Let's take the next hex. Okay, next hex, meaning northwest. Is that what the next hex is to you guys? Did we want to sell our stuff and get 11 gold out of it, or just hang on to it? I think if we go to town, we can just do that for free anyway. Sure, northwest. Okay. Really want to survive this. So, let's do it. I need a roll of... Mike, it is your turn. I want you to roll me a 1d6 to see what kind of terrain we have. We'd love to get a quiet forest, or a clearing. A large lake. Okay. We... like, sure, we'll take you. Hang on, wrong way. Again, this lake is getting in our way here. So we're pretty close to having to have that barge show up and let us across. That knocks us back down into here. When we do return, we do have to roll a d6 because we bounce back into the same area. So, Mike, roll me a d6 to see what we encounter here. We do not want this to be a fight because we do not want to lose this guy. Oh, we can meet a friend, though. A lost noble. Hey, we got another one of these guys. It's like, hey, I'll give you 100 gold if you take me back to town. And he'll stay here. We don't need to take him right now. But we could try to circumnavigate and level up again, or just leave him here for later. Because he just hangs out here. He's just an idiot that's lost, obviously. But he will give us 100 gold to safely escort him. But we are free. We did get a new, before we even have to decide on that, let's roll and see what we got. So, Morgan, it is your turn. Why don't you roll me a 1d12 to see what we get from this this traveling this person who wanted traveler, tinkerer. What do we get from them for helping them out here? We get a wooden shield. That gives us a +1 health. That's pretty cool. Indicated by the possibility of having unique magical items. See the unique items table for rolling magic powers. I see. Okay. Okay, so it is a shield. I think we still... Yeah, okay. So it is a shield. Roll quality. So roll a 1d6. So let's see what kind of shield we got. If it's broken, mundane, ancient, ornate, or magic. Or trapped. Which isn't good. It is magic. Okay, roll in the magics table. Roll a 1d8. Eight. Death. Instantly kill one enemy. What is your deal? So you have a death shield. Maybe it's like it's polished, and the guy, like, if you look at it, it's like gives it like a Medusa Gorgon glare or something like that. So we got a death shield. That's pretty dope. I think we rolled that right. It seems to make sense. It is a single use, but until then, it was a shield that a wooden shield indicates items have property becoming a unique magical item. This isn't a unique one. The unique magical items are like that magic mushroom we got. That's a unique magic item. So we have a magic wooden shield that somehow kills people. Maybe it's made of like this particular like wormwood or something like that. So okay, but it also gives us 1 health. So who should carry that? We probably want, I mean, maybe Bub or Baldwin just to give a little bit more health. We can always like trade stuff around too, but who wants our magic shield of death dealing? Which again, we could, now we have 2 things. We could maybe go kill that beetle if we wanted to. And we still have that noble to deal with. I'm just gonna write him down now while you guys are deciding that. Annotate, text, noble. Couldn't think of the word all of a sudden. And the noble's just kind of chilling out here. Let's see what the chat says. Morgan rolled, so how about Baldwin? He has, yeah, Baldwin has the shroom. So yeah, let's give it to Bub then. Does that sound good? I think that makes the most sense to me. So I'm going to give him 12, just because he has the shield, but his max will still be 11, just to remind me that he has this shield. But I am going to write down that he does, in fact, have loot, magic, death shield. Okay, so we got to remember that we have 2 death-giving devices. All right. So thank you. What do we want to do now? So we do have a couple of things we can do. We could try to kill the stupid beetle and go into the dungeon and see how awful that is. We can continue on. We are currently where... I'll ping on it because it may be a little hard for you to see. We're right here. Oh, I can only ping there. We're right here where it says Noble, where I've kind of highlighted a little bit. So we can try to go northeast if we want to continue on. Or we could take this Noble back home. We could take the Noble, kill the beetle, and kind of continue back home just to level up again. Up to you guys how you want to do. You have the time crunch, Mike. Yeah, Mike, you need to be done at least by 8, which it looks like this game's going a little bit slower than especially one of the games I played. So yeah, we don't have to do this all in one session. As you can see, we're kind of checking out the land and stuff like that. Northeast, leave the noble there. Okay, let's roll a 1d6, whoever's turn it is, and I'll find it. I'm just kind of bringing up the, we haven't hit a clearing yet. That's like a place you can always just walk past it. It's totally fine. Let's see here. What am I looking for? Loot qualities, unique items, damage, unarmed strike. There it is, Hexploration. Gosh, it took me forever to find that. There we go. Mike, roll the 1d6. Let's see if you have. You may have, and I should see a 3. A clearing! Roll another d6. So this is, as you can see, like where I highlight right here, it says roll d6, a village. If you roll a 6 on this, we found a village. So it's pretty hard to find a village. It's a 1 in 36 chance every time you enter a new hex that there will be a village. Because you have to roll a 3, and then you have to roll a 6. But that'd be cool if we found a village. Then we could do some rumors and things. And then it'd be really easy to get that noble here. Oh, it was on that 6 for a second. But no. So but it is a clearing. We can freely pass this area with no encounters whatsoever, which is great. Which is good too, because hopefully it gets us around this lake. Hopefully the lake isn't directly to our northwest, or we're going to have to like really cut around. Actually, I feel like by that point we may be able to get the bard to help us off. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. So I need to see how I phrase that with the bard helping us off, because that's the kind of thing that bards do. Dirty little bards. Okay, so we're in this clearing now. I guess we're going to continue to move northwest. Morgan, why don't you see what's to our northwest? We've made our way like almost halfway to the castle, but again, we've run from everything, so we haven't really gathered anything. But we have forged a little path. We get some marsh. All right, roll a d12. You know the drill. I'll update the map here, put a little marsh here, but that is good. We at least are not trapped by this water. It makes sense. There's a marsh there. Just to the north of the water. A 3. What's a 3? I don't think we've had a 3 yet, have we? None! Great. You thought you saw the glimmer of something, heard a noise, had a premonition, but it was all nothing after all. Okay, great. Alright, we can keep on moving now. Mike, name your direction and name where you want to go. Again, the place to get, where you get most items are in dungeons. That's where you get loot. Pretty much everything in a dungeon has loot. And we do have thieves, so we do not have to worry about traps. And we have a rogue, so we can disable traps with a rogue, and the thieves will always loot when we run away from things. So we can still open up a room, see the loot, and just immediately run away and steal all the stuff without fighting. So we got a 2. This is to the, which direction were we going here, Mike? Was that to our northwest? Northwest. We got a 2, which is a quiet forest. So it's safe right now. Great. Quiet forest. All right. We're like halfway up there now. Chilling in this quiet forest. All right. Morgan, do you want to go ahead and roll and see what you got? So roll the 1d6, see what kind of our terrain we have, and let me know what direction you want to go. I'm assuming we're still going northerly, but northwest, northeast. This is a marsh. All right, Morgan and her marshes. She loves these marshes. Can't be stopped. And she say northwest. Morgan wants to go north. Which we got to go northeast or northwest, Morgan. Which one did you want to go? And we could, but we'll probably die. But yes. Maybe not, actually. We may be able to make it. We have to fight a lot of skeletons to get to them, but once we get there, we just gotta successfully evade. Because we do have these 2 people that can throw the crown on his head. Okay, northwest. Marsh. Roll the 1d12, Morgan. Let's see what we find in the marsh. But yeah, we could just make a full-on run for it. Did you just roll that 12, or was that last turn? Just let me know in the chat, just because I've got so many things in front of me, I can't see quite what I'm looking at. But was this 12 just recently rolled? And if so, I'll read 12. Yeah, thank you. Another dungeon. Not guarded. So this is a dungeon with nobody guarding it. I will write that down. Annotate. Text. Dungeon. All right, so we could, does it say roll? Okay, and then we're going to roll in the dungeon entrance table, which we may have no choice but to check it out, because sometimes you can just fall into them. Roll a 1d6, Morgan. And again, we have... I don't think we can use the shield or the magic mushroom on the lich. We have to crown him, but we can use it on other things. But yeah, roll that d6. 2, thank you. Oh, here we go. The earth beneath your feet gives way as the party falls into a sinkhole, discovering a small passageway in the revealed cavern. Like I said, sometimes you have to check it out. Each party member takes 1d4 damage. The party can climb out, so we can leave, but that's how we got in here. But we are here in the entrance. We just kind of fell into this dungeon. We will roll some rooms and doors and stuff like that here in a second. But everybody takes 1d4 damage. Let's just go in order. Baldwin, roll a 1d4, which I think is Morgan. Roll a 1d4. And then, thank you, -2. And then your other character, Morgan, roll 1d4 for them, which I believe is Leaf. So you got the thief and the rogue. That's funny. And then, yeah, another one. This is the one with the 13, so 3, so down to 10. Great. And then Uncle Flunkafoo, roll a 1d4. Again, it has 31 health now, so doing okay. Let's, oh, shoot. Mike got a 4. Well, he's the one who can absorb it. That puts him at 27. And then roll for Bub. And that is... Bub's the one with the shield. So they... Oh, man, that's not too great, though. 8. Okay, not fun. All right. There is a hermit character you can play as well who can heal you, but it's really weird mechanics for that. You have to be in combat, and you have to successfully evade or hit your enemy, and instead of doing... I can't remember if it's true with the evade, but instead of actually doing any damage, everybody heals. So you need a success, and then no attacking. He just heals. So it's a little iffy on that one. Okay, so we're in this dungeon. And since this is our first time in the dungeon, I'm just going to kind of just tell you like what's happening here. Typically, you roll for the room size, the room type, the doors. And we don't really need to know the room size or the room type because it doesn't matter. Honestly, it's just kind of just for fun. But you can see here like room size, claustrophobic, small, medium, large. It has no bearing on the game, as at least what I know. The room type, cavern, corridor, rectilinear, round. Doesn't matter. What we do need to know are the doors. And it could just be a dead end. And then we're like, all right, well, we fell into a dungeon with a dead end. That sucks. So let's see, Mike, what kind of dungeon this was. And I believe we will still find 10... Oh, we're still rolling for it, though. There could still be loot in here. And there could still be an encounter in here. So even though we fell into this, there's still things that could be in this room. It's not just your typical entry. There's things that could still be here. So, Mike, go ahead and roll doors, and we'll see if there's any doors. It could be just a one room that we just fell into this little cranny, this little seance chamber or something. I don't know what this is. I guess it's probably... Oh, maybe you do. 6. Roll twice. Exit. Okay, so if you roll a 6, that would be... We just found another way out, which is kind of dumb, but that helps roll twice. Okay, we have a 2. A dead end... and the exit. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's anything in this. We just found this like little pit. So we just fell into this chamber. It has like 2 ways out. So there was like, maybe there's like these old stairs that we couldn't see on a way to get out that we could have come in, but instead we kind of just fell into this dungeon. But there are still things in here. Go ahead and roll, Mike, a 1d12. Because now we're seeing what is in... So we just kind of fell into this room. I mean, it could be trapped. There could be... Something could have been slumbering in here. Great. Traps. The good thing is, we fell into this place, and we had a, thankfully, we had 2, we had 1 rogue who was able to see, like, okay, everyone stay still, and quickly, like, disarm this trap. So maybe, like, somebody put this here it's all that remains of this, like, long-lost dungeon. But that is basically it. That was it for this dungeon. As you can see, they just get kind of weird. You can see later on down this list, we could have had 2 monsters. We could have had a monster, 2 monsters and loot, 1 monster and some loot, a loot and a trap, a monster and a friend, a loot. So there's like, it's again, totally random, but which actually helps the replayability of it. But there was nothing really here for us. We just fell into this place and we were able to escape. But that is, there's no need to even keep that marked as dungeon because there is nothing worth really exploring there. So we can kind of like pull our way back out of the dungeon and still keep making our way north if we want. And another one may pop up. No loot, cheap. Oh, that's not true. I'm so sorry. We still did get 10. There is still, let me double check that. But I think every time you're in a room in a dungeon, it's kind of written just like, oh, here it is, right here. Dungeons are filled. So the party always finds at least 10 worth of treasure in each room. So there we go. So we did get 10. So we are up to 32 gold. So, yay. That's nice. So we did get a little bit of money. Not a lot, but we got a little bit of money. And we can make our way back out. And no loot, cheap, says Morgan. But that reminded me, oh, yeah. I said that earlier, but I forgot. But yeah, we can still find that there. All right, let's make our way. So when you do get to this castle and you just feel like attacking him, we have to go through like 6 rooms of it's 4 or 6 rooms of skeletons, and then we get to the Lich King. And then I'll explain how the Lich King works when we get there, if we get there. Yeah, we're forging our path. Whose turn is that? I think that was Mike was rolling all that stuff. Yeah, Morgan, why don't you roll the 1d6? And I guess to make things faster, roll a 1d6 and roll a 1d12. Because usually you need to kind of roll both of those things. So that'll just kind of expedite just finding out what we're up against or what we find here. And we may not need the 1d12, but it's already rolled anyway. So hex terrain, we got a 2 and a 2. That's easy to remember. We have a quiet forest, so we didn't need the d12, but that's great. And I'm assuming we went northwest, or northeast. Let me know. But I'm just getting the quiet forest for us. And let me know where you wanted that bad boy. And then Mike, let me know which direction and roll a 1d6 and a 1d12 after. And I'll pop that on there. Northwest is fine. Great. Mike, let me know which direction. So we're cruising now. We just got around that stupid lake. Now we're just hitting marshes and forests as we sludge our way up to the castle. It is probably just within view here. Northwest. All right. Let's see what you roll here, Mike. That is a d6. Okay, so you got a 2, which is a quiet forest, so we don't even need the d12. Wow, the way is open. Amazingly, nothing is here to stop us. All right, Morgan. Roll a d6 or a d12. Excuse me, a d6 and a d12, and let me know which direction you want to go. And then we will be 1 space away if you guys dare to assault the castle. Which I'm guessing if we die with the crown in the castle, we would just have the next party would have to go back to that room and try to find it. We have a 1 and a 7, so that is a large lake. We have to go back into the forest. Mike, roll another d6. Because that's what we roll as d6s when we return to an area. So at a large lake right here. A 1. So we find thick mist, lost for more years. That makes sense though. The castle's surrounded by this mist. It does not want people entering this place. Mike, roll a 1d4 and see what we get here. For how much thick mist we have. 1, not bad. 4 years, so not too bad. Just 4. And I'm assuming we're going to go northeast, excuse me. Morgan, go ahead and roll the d6 and the d12, please. Watch this place be surrounded by water. But again, if it is, we'll have this bard in this mask show up, and he'll just take us, like Chiron, across the river Styx. Just kind of just take us across the water here. 2 and a 6. What was 2? 2 is the quiet forest. All right. So we made it. Is that what you're doing? You guys just going to go for it? Go for the castle? I mean, it's do or die now. But here we are. You are within the castle's reach. And I have to look at the... we do have some new rules to read in regards to the castle. But the... it's going to be interesting. We haven't taken that much damage. We do have these death things. So again, we can't use it on the lich, but we have to go through maybe 4 rooms of skeletons, but we could you take out a couple skeletons with that stuff because it's not going to be any use against the lich. So okay, let's do it. So the castle, let's go over this together because in my 2 playthroughs, I didn't make it to the castle. One, I died too fast, and the other one, I was just exploring dungeons and stuff like that, and I went through like 4 parties. Great, let's go. And we're doing fine on your time, Mike, right? Was it 8? So maybe 30-ish more minutes and we're done. Okay, castle. Let's read this together. There's the lich. The lich. Sunken castle of the south. Once the party enters the sunken castle of the south, you will treat this as delving, with a few exceptions. We don't explore the dungeon encounter table, as all rooms contain 1d6 skeletons. So every room we go into there is 1d6 skeletons. Upon discovering the 6th room, we encounter the throne room of the Lich King. When necessary, a dead end or exit is re-rolled to ensure that the castle has at least 6 rooms. So basically we always have 6 rooms. So it's not, why not just like count them off? We still want to map it because we may hit a room with like 6 skeletons and we're like, no, we do not want to fight 6 skeletons. So we could run back into a previous room and then that had other doorways on it and try a different room. So we can try to just evade the skeletons, but again, our evasion is very poor with our giant. And then once we do encounter the Lich, I'll tell you how that works. But we have 1 d6 skeletons in every room that we go into. I am going to bring up the skeleton stats here in a second. And then, so delving encounters, we don't have that anymore. I think we just roll to see rooms. I'm just trying to find, oh, there it is. Let me just screenshot this and just put it up so I don't need to keep scrolling back to what this says. But I'm going to screenshot this and put it up on my other chat. My screen may go a little bonkers here in a second as I move this to my other monitor. Bonkers! Where is it? I know there it is. Yeah. Go there. Oh, you jerk. You didn't do it what I wanted you to do at all. That's fine. You go there. Okay. So, all right, let's do this. So, we walk into this entry room. There are skeletons. Let's see. Morgan, roll how many doors are in this room. Roll a d6. Mike, roll how many skeletons there are. And I think it was d6 skeletons. Is that correct? So I think both of you are rolling to d6. Morgan, you're rolling to see how many doors there are. And then Mike, there is just 1 door in this room. And Mike rolled 3 skeletons. So, I'm going to pull up the skeleton stats. Which are they here? There they are. They have 10 health. They do 1d4 damage. But creates another skeleton. If they roll a 1, again, for combat, we roll a d6. That tells us everything that happens, basically. If they roll a 1, another skeleton is created. So, this is it 4? Now I'm like, what? I'm going to look at the Lich thing real quick again. I don't want to confuse myself. The Lich. Upon discovering the 6th room. Okay. So we've discovered 1 room. So it's possible we just, again, we're not good at evading because the giant makes it a lot more difficult. We've just been very lucky. But upon discovering the 6th room, so as long as we keep jumping from room to room, we're fine. We do not have to kill these skeletons. If there's not a lot of them, it could be helpful. But this first room, we come into the little foyer room that I'm thinking about. Of course, I'm thinking of Castle Ravenloft because that's what I do. But yeah, I think of that big antechamber that has the gargoyles and the stone dragons on it. And of course, right when we walk in, there's these 3 undead, probably old party members that tried to put that tried to kill the Lich without the crown. Okay, so the question is, are we attacking the 3 skeletons or not? What's the best way to do this? There's 3 skeletons. I'm going to bring up the skeleton stats again. And then, yeah, let me know if you guys want to run, which is we roll a d4. They could chase us into the next room, and that's not good. Then we're fighting a lot of skeletons. Room size types. Where did the skeleton go? Dungeon entrances. Dungeon treasure. There's the creature table. Let's pop this one back open. Don't want that one. What are you feeling, Mike? Okay, good. You guys are talking out while I'm trying to find the stupid skeletons. I just had them, and I lost. Oh, here we go. Skeletons. Here we go. I'm going to just put them, like, right here, I think. So we're going to need this at some point anyway, so I'm just kind of just bringing it up where I can track their health. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm not saying we need to fight them. I'm just pulling this up in case we have, like, you guys are like, okay, it's just 1. Let's kill it. But what we do have, we are in 1 room, and there's 1 way off. So there's not a lot of choices here, but this is room number 1. And I will keep track of this on my paper on the back of, which scene was this from? Beautiful. Cynthia and Barry. This is still the beginning. Okay. Wait. Well, I don't even know your style. They come by my office, play one of your songs. Ooh, Barry and Cynthia, man. Okay, we have fight. Okay, Mike wants to fight. So here we go. Fighting. All we do is roll a d6. Who wants to roll it? I know Morgan is going to say Mike. Morgan is his team. Let's do it, though. And we had... How many skeletons? We had 3 skeletons. Okay, so all we need... And they have 10 health each. So 10... 10... Whoops. 10... 10. Gosh darn it. 10. All right, check. I'm going to just move this out of the way. So who's rolling that D6? Mike is, it looks like. All right, Mike, let's see what you got. We want a high number, especially a 5 or a 6. A 4 is okay. That's not what we wanted, Mike. So that is a normal hit, which means that they will do normal damage. As we can see, they do 1d4 damage. So one of us is taking 3d4 damage. And what's going to happen is that is going to... so let's say they kill Bub. It will roll over. So excess damage rolls over to the next party member. So we've got... I got to roll 3d4. And I got to see who I attack. So there are 4 of us. I'm going to roll the damage first. And then I'm going to roll who it hits. 7 points of damage, which... Woo! Anyone can take it, but that's not going to be fun. 7 points of damage to... I'm going to roll this. So Baldwin is 1. Uncle Flonkafu is 2. Bub is 3. Leaf is 4. 3. Bub took, what, 7 damage? Bub is down to 1. Even with his death shield. He may want to use that thing here soon. That's the first round. That's it. Then we just move on to the next round. Morgan, you are up to roll the d6 unless you guys want to run away. We are not good at running away, and before you do make that up, before you decide on that, give me 1 second, because I'm going to show you what happens with evasion if we fail. If we roll a 3, if we roll a 1, 2, 3, I believe because of the yeah, even if we roll a 3, they are going to follow us into the next room. If we run away, they will follow us in the next chamber, and there will be skeletons in that next room. So just so you know, but that is that's up to you guys to decide. Let's see how you're feeling there. Bub's fine. Bub's fine. All right. Bub shakes it off. What do we got here? 4. That's not bad. Those are weak hits each. So they do half damage and we do half damage. So that's fine. Yay! This is our first hit in the entire game. I'm just pulling back up that sheet that I had open with the dungeon monsters. Here it is. There we go. Okay, so obviously we hit the first one, and if it rolls over, that's fine. So they are going to do... I'm going to just roll them first to be mean. The same thing. They do 3... we round up, so that they do 3d4. 3d4. They do 10, so 5 points of damage to... 5 points of damage to Baldwin. Baldwin's down to 4 health. Okay, now we need... Oh, and remember, if a thief lives... and everyone else dies, they will run off with that crown. So now we get to go. And how this works is we roll, and again, our weapons suck. We have, actually the sword's not bad, but, so I need Morgan to roll for Baldwin and Leaf, which is Baldwin with his sword, Leaf with his sling, and I need Flonkafu, Mike, to roll a 1d6 and a 1d4. And we add up all of that, and then we add 4 to it, because again, we are all level 1 characters, so they all get a +1 to that. So can you not roll, like, does that not work? Yeah, can you do it Mike did, Morgan, just so I can it's easier for me to track, because it's going to reset. I'm going to lose count because I'm an idiot. Again, we've discussed how stupid I am. So Mike does 6 points of damage. Morgan does... So we have Uncle Flonkafu and Bub. Ooh, that's a better roll. I'm glad I asked you to reroll that. So that is 12 plus 6. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We just killed 2 skeletons. No, we didn't. I'm a liar. We killed 1 skeleton because we got half damage. But we did kill 1. And then we had 2, we did 22 down to 11. And then 1 got hit for 1 point of damage. So I know these numbers are really small. I should increase them so we can just see them a little bit better. But, okay, we have taken out 1 skeleton. I I'm assuming we are continuing this fight. Yes. And if we are, Mike, I need you to roll a 1d6. And we'll see. We really want a 5 or a 6. Those are the numbers we want. 1 is not good. Okay, Mike, what was I just saying? 1 is not good. Okay. This is bad because this means they just made a new skeleton. So, and they hit us for double damage. The reason they made a new skeleton is, as you can see right here, it says creates another skeleton on a palpable hit. That was a palpable hit, is a 1. So they just made another skeleton. I'm just going to move this here, just so we can increase this size of this guy. And then they're going to do double damage. Now, it says create another skeleton on a palpable hit. I'm going to be nice and just say only 2 skeletons attacked, because the other one was created and didn't get to attack, because I'm nice. So that will be 2d4 times 2. We want this to be low. 2d4 times 2. 5. So that's 10 on Uncle Flonkafu. That's the one who can take it. So he is down to 17 now. All the skeletons just gang up on him and just start beating at him. When do we get to use the death items? Whenever you want. You can use them whenever. I don't even think it takes a turn. Let's double check that though, Mike. That's a great question. Let me double check that. Village actions. Hang on, I'm on page 24. The death items. I think you can. I don't even think you even need to hit in combat. I think you just use them. But let's see here. Death items. Instantly kill. Single use. You can see right here, if demonic loot items are rolled when assembling the party, the possessed party member dies. That's character creation. You die. I don't think you need to hit. It's just something you can do. It is a single use. Instantly kill one enemy, which means to me, just kill it. So you can do that whenever you want. That's how I take it. 24. So I think we're here. Here we are. So, oh shoot, I would have probably considered using both last round. I mean, we can do that. That's up to you guys. But yeah, it's instantaneous. I'm happy to go back and say you did that. Again, we're all learning the game. It's supposed to be fun. That would get us out of this room and would give 10 health back to the giant, and then we would just lose our mushroom and our shield, which means... Does Bub die? No, Bub would still die. His max HP would just go down. That shield gave him +1 health. And if I feel like... I don't know. Maybe that's just the power of the shield. I guess the shield would still do the shield thing. I don't think we're making it much past this room. Probably not. It's probably going to be the giant picking up that sword. So, yeah, probably not. But the... yeah, that guy kept saying is like, we're still a little underpowered for this castle. We needed to go... pillaging a little bit more. Okay, so let's give, we have 27 health back. We lost our death mushroom, and we just lost the ability of that other thing. We'll remember that. That's fine. Okay, so we run into the next room. Mike, roll 1d6 to see how many skeletons are in this room. That's 1d6, right? And then more... Oh, actually, no. I lied. Mike... Still roll a 1d6, Mike. You're rolling to see how many doors there are, which there's just one, because that one usually means none, but there's always a door. And then Morgan, you roll 1d6 to let us know how many skeletons. And this is the second room. So we need to make it to room 6. And the lich is still a big butthole. Woo! 4 skeletons. Not fun. Again, like I said, death happens pretty easily in combat. Like, if I was playing, which, again, I know the game a little bit better, I definitely would have used the mushroom on that beetle to go into that dungeon to try to get more things in it, to get better weapons, for one thing. But that's what you do. You learn from these games. And then I probably would have died and then by a big, terrible demon, and then I would never would have been able to get the crown back, so who cares? So, but there are 4... we do have 4 skeletons. Not good, says Morgan. 4 skeletons, and we do have 1 door. Keeping track of that. So it's a pretty linear dungeon currently. With 1 door. Let me write that down there too. Boink. All right. Are we fighting or running? Again, if they give chase, then we're just fighting more skeletons in the next room, and then we'll probably die on triumphantly. But at least we'll finish in time. Exactly. See, like I said, it's like at least this one we know death is coming, so you don't. It doesn't hurt as much. I definitely play this again. I like that we're testing what happens when you try to speedrun this. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I'm not mad at you guys at all. Like, I never even made it to the stupid castle, so it's exciting that we actually have a path forged. Fight! Let's do it. This could be it, but again, we just need a roll of a 5 or 6. Who rolled the 1? I think that was a Mike did. So Morgan, roll our combat dice, please. But again, yeah, we get a second run of this. We have a new party. Well, if we get a second run of this, we would lose a year because it'd be 5 years. But that's fine. We'd have 7 years. There we go. That is a normal hit. So what that means is everybody rolls their damage, and we add +4 to it, and then we hit the monsters. That was it. That was a good turn for us. So Mike and Morgan, again, I don't know how well you guys can see your party sheet, but Mike is rolling a 1d4. Oh, I forgot something. The giant adds a +1. So we're actually rolling 5 points of damage because that's the giant's ability, is he gives us another +1. So, is that per level? No, that's just +1. Okay, so Morgan rolled a 5. And Mike rolls... And then we're adding a +5 to this, so that was my bad. Because the giant, again, gives us an extra plus, an extra damage. So, let's see, only 5. Yep. I rolled the 1. 5, only 5. Yep. Mike, we're waiting on you to roll damage. Sorry, do you need to know what it is? Can you not see it? Yeah, sorry. It's it may be a little small for you there. You are rolling... I guess we don't need the map. I can make our party sheet bigger. You are rolling a 1d6 and a 1d4. We really need better weapons. So let's see here. 1d6. And not being able to run away. The giant is actually hurting us right now because the thief and the rogues are actually kind of good at running from stuff. But that's not bad. 6. So we got a 5 and a 6. That's 11. Plus 5 is 16. So we killed one skeleton. I'm just going to move that over to the side. He's dead. And then this one's down to 4. So, okay. Not the worst thing in the world there. And that's it. Mike, it is your turn now to roll for combat. Roll a d6. And again, it's pretty quick and dirty how combat works. And once we start losing people, I think it's going to go pretty fast. 4. Okay, that's the weak hits, which we should be able to take out another skeleton with that. So that is, we both do we hit each other for a weak attack each. So that is, you guys roll the same exact dice you rolled last time, and we'll just subtract it, divide it by 2. And then I'm going to roll 3d4 and divide it by 2. 2, 3, 7. So that you do round up, so 4 points of damage. So I'm going to deliver a possible death blow here. So 4 points of damage to, I think they're a lot. Oh, there goes Baldwin. We have lost Baldwin. Baldwin is down, but that says Baldwin still got his hit in with his sword. So we've got 3 and 3, 4 and 4. So we did 3 points of damage and 4, so 7 points of damage. 7 plus, oh, hang on, let's do it all first. So we got 6 plus 4 and 4, so we did, what is that? Hang on, I just got done. Okay, 14. So we did 14 overall plus 5, which is 19 divided by 2. We were going to round up, so that'll be 10 points of damage that we did. So we killed another skeleton. Actually, we did 10, so we just knocked out another one entirely. We started with the one that's at a 4, and it rolled over to the next one. So there we go. 4 and 10. All right, Baldwin is down. Baldwin is cursed. So, who wants Baldwin's sword? Because I'm pretty sure you can pretty freely pick things up. It would make sense that one of the guys that rolls a d4 takes the sword. I mean, obviously the giant would be great with a sword, but we need someone who... we need to get rid of these d4s and keep our die rolls high. So who... with the other thief, that would make sense. Like the other thief quickly grabs the sword. I don't know if Baldwin and Bub were friends. We never got to know them well. But, okay, let's do that. So, you now have the sword. I'm going to just move that over here. The sword. Okay. Let's go. So, who rolled the d6 last? I feel like it was Morgan who rolled the... I feel like it was Morgan who rolled at the 4. So I think it's Mike's turn. If I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
Morgan, go ahead and roll. But I think it's Mike's turn to roll the dice. in regards to just the combat roll. It is Mike, a 3. That is a weak hit from our enemy. We did not hit them, but they did a weak hit on us. So I'm going to roll the d4s, which is just 3. No, it is just 2d4, excuse me, divided by 2. 5. Okay, so it is 3 points of damage to 1. And we don't have Baldwin anymore. That is the giant. Okay, the giant can take it. 24. All right, so Morgan, go ahead and roll a d6. Like I said, it moves pretty quick. Like it's not incredibly painstakingly. Which again, with Legendary Kingdoms, I actually really do like that combat system a lot. And I know what I'm going to do. I know how I'm going to work Legendary Kingdoms. We'll see what happens. It all comes down to my rehearsal schedule. A 6. There we go, Morgan. That's what we want. That is the palpable hit. That means that we roll our damage and do double damage. Mike, you have 2 characters remaining. So you will roll a d6 and a d4. And then Morgan, you will roll a d8. Disable. Oh, when Leaf hasn't been attacked yet, I don't think. So he has self-preserve. Need to remember that. Mike didn't roll amazing. Mike got a 3. Okay. Morgan is rolling now. So Mike... Ooh, that's better. So, Mike got a 3, which is a 6. 6 plus 14 is 20 plus... Wait, hang on. Let me do this again. I'm going to... Slow down, Avery. Slow down. Okay. So, shoot. Mike, you cleared. Were you a 3? Mike cleared his dice, so I can't remember what it was. I think it was 3. So 3, Morgan rolled 7. So that comes out to 10 times 2 is 20. And then we had that 5, which is doubled, which is another 10. So we killed them. Maybe just seeing Baldwin fall, you guys went into a freaking rage and just hacked the skeletons apart. So congratulations. So that's 2 rooms. You have to get to your 6th room. There's only 1 door remaining. You guys have to go through the door. There's nothing. You don't have any items to buff up your healing or anything. So you're just going to keep going. You're going to leave Baldwin behind. And I guess I'm assuming as well, if we do want to do like the next group of adventurers, the castle would remain the same and the crown would just be sitting there on the ground, because I think the lich is slumbering. So it doesn't know that it's happening. I don't think he wakes up until we enter the room. So if we do die and just leave it down there, but that'd be amazing. Yeah. Well, on the 4th room, that's where he is. So yeah, we kind of have 3 more skeleton rooms. So let's, I can't remember the order that it went in, but I feel like Morgan rolled the room, how many doors are in the room, and Mike rolled how many skeletons, is that right? Oh, I don't care. I'm going to just say, both of you roll a d6. Mike, you are rolling how many doors there are. Which is, if it's a 1 or 2 or a 3, it's just 1 door. 3, 1 door. It is a linear dungeon. And Morgan, oh no, did you just roll a 6? Oh, but Morgan. We still have our giant, so running away is really tough. Big oof. Here we go. Big oof. We can try to run. If we roll a 4 on a 1d4, they will not chase us. And we still discovered the room. Like, that's all we need to do. We just need to run. We just need to find the rooms, which you're finding the rooms. But there is just 1 door out of this room. We could try to run. Where were these high rolls? No kidding. Where were these freaking 6s in Legendary Kingdoms? People are watching this like, shut up about Legendary Kingdoms. I don't know what that is. Play it. It's fun. Yeah. Are we trying to evade? We still have the giant, which makes evasion a little tricky. So basically, our odds are they hit us and we don't evade. We do evade, we run into the next room and they follow us, or we successfully get out of the room. Let's fight. Okay, you fighting 6 of them. All right, Morgan's got a death wish. Okay, Morgan wants to fight, so Morgan roll the d6. If we evade, we go into the next room. There's a door. We would evade and go into the 4th room. They could either stop us and hit us, or follow us into the next room, and there could be like six skeletons in there. 2. Okay. That means they hit us for a normal hit. This is bad. That means that they are doing, what is we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is a normal hit, right? She rolled a 2. Yeah. So this is, somebody is taking 17 damage. And it also will roll over if it kills someone. I'm going to roll a d6, and then because we have 3 party members left, I'm going to just use it as a 3-sided dice. 2. That hits Uncle Flonkafoo. Got hit for, what was that, 17? So still alive, down to 7. So pretty much anyone gets hit, and they are gone by this, using that. So, okay, Mike, roll the d6. Yep, for those that follow after. At least we got the crown close. That is true. So anyone who follows after, like, word is, hey, that's good. That's a palpable hit for us. So roll a, Mike, roll a 1d6 and a 1d4. Morgan, roll a 1d8. So yeah, and honestly, it's good that we're taking out these skeletons, because when we die and we drop the crown, these skeletons won't be there anymore. Yeah, like the room, the place has been, it's the 6th room, so we are chipping away. So Morgan rolled a 6, Mike rolled a 4, so that is a 10 times 10 is, oh, I did the math wrong last time because we lost a party member. But 10, so 20 points plus 4, because we have 3 party members that are level 1, and then the giant gives us a plus 4. So that's going to be 28 points of damage. So we took out 2, and we did 2 points to one of them, so that's not bad at all. So we have 4 skeletons remaining. That's not bad. And it is... Mike, did you roll that d6? Morgan, I think it's your turn to roll a d6 for combat. And again, one bad roll here, like a 1 could be a party wipe. Because they would just be doubling their damage, and they'd get another skeleton. Ooh, did we? We never ran away. We killed skeletons every round, right? 5. That's good. That's another hit for us. Everybody, that's a normal hit for us. Uncle Flonka, so D6 and a D4 for Mike, and a D8 for Morgan. And then we just add 4 to that. So that's going to take out another skeleton, maybe 2, because Mike rolled well with a 6. Mike got a 6, and Morgan got a 5. That's 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. Great. We just took out 2 more. Good job, guys. And knocked 1 down by 3. All right. That was Morgan who rolled. Mike, you are up. So not bad. Like, again, we need to get to the 6th room. We have taken out 3 rooms. And even if we die, we drop the crown just on the cusp. 4. That is a weak hit for both parties. So you guys roll your damage again. And then I'm going to roll my damage, and I'm going to divide it by 2. There are only 2 remaining, so that's not bad. 3 points of damage to... I'm going to roll a d6. So 3 points of damage to Uncle Flonkafoo. All right. Still up, barely. Didn't see great rolls. Mike got 6. Morgan got 1. So that is 7. So 4 points. So didn't quite take that one out. Oh, wait, 4. I forgot to add. So again, Mike did 7, Morgan did 1. That is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Divided by 2, because it was a weak hit, is 6. Ah! Dang it. That one skeleton is still alive, just clinging. Its bones, broken ribs, rib cage just shattered. Its head probably leaning precariously, but still alive. I don't remember whoever's turn it is. Roll that d6 for me, please. I can't remember. Looks like it's Mike. I see the little icon pop up. So let's see what you got, Mike. Rolling low is really not good right now. We've got a character with 5 health, a character with 1 health, and a character with 10 health. But once we lose one of them, it's going 5. Okay, you guys hit again. Same thing. Roll, and we're going to add 4 to what you guys get. Wow. You guys may make it through this room. I thought this room would be the TPK. Mike just rolled a 3. And Morgan's rolling right now, so 3 for Mike. Ah, man, 4 plus 4 is 8. So we did kill this one. 1. This one's down to 3. 1 more hit. Skeleton's dead. Which would be amazing. And they haven't rolled a 1 yet, which would have made more skeletons. So I think, Morgan, it's your turn to roll the d6 to see how we do in this combat. I'm impressed with us in this linear dungeon, making our way through these skeletons. 5. Jesus, you guys did it. I mean, you did it. Like, we don't even need to roll it. You killed the last skeleton. Because our bonus is a 4. It only had 3 left. Holy crap. We got another room. Let's keep pushing. Yeah, we didn't even need it, Mike. It only had 3 health remaining. I can't remember whose turn it is. To roll number of doors and number of skeletons, but let's say Mike does number of doors, Morgan does number of skeletons. So Mike, both of you roll d6. A 1, 2, and a 3 for Mike counts as a just 1 door. 3. Man, we just keep getting 1 doors. It'd be nice if we got a couple of doors just because we can run out of rooms that are really bad. Morgan gave us 4 skeletons. All right, I wanted to say last time that was it, but here we go. 1, 2. Mike rolled last, so Morgan, roll a d6 again. This is for this combat. So we are in the 4th room. So we are just 2 rooms away from the lich. And even if we die here, we are dropping the crown right on the cusp. Basically the penultimate room of the room. 6! Jesus! Where were these rolls in Legendary Kingdom? Okay, we are doubling what we get, guys. I need... Mike got 6. Morgan, you go ahead and roll your sword, which is a 1d8. So Mike got 6. Morgan gets... I'll just show you Mike's roll right there. And then Morgan got a 5. So, all right, so we got 6 and 5. So that is 11 plus 4, which is 15 times 2, which is 30. You guys just took out 3 of them. Amazing. Okay, and that is, who rolled that initial combat roll of 5? I can't remember. Whoever's turn it is, go ahead and roll. Go ahead. Oh, there's a fairness tab on the dice roll. That's crazy. I wonder if if I can put the odds in someone else's favor. I hadn't even seen that. Mike is rolling. We want a high roll, Mike. And have we used up our luck or not? Let's see. Roll a d6. There we go. New skeleton comes in. It's just 1, though, but it does do double damage. And that other one doesn't yet. So double damage of this. Not bad. 2. But it hits. I'm using this as a 1d3. Still on the giant. That's not bad. 2 points. Giant is down to 3. How you doing on time, Mike? But we do have another skeleton. And whoever's turn it is to roll, go ahead and roll the combat this round. I think it was Mike. So I think it may be Morgan's turn to roll this combat round. So we got 2 skeletons now. One of them just showed back up. Come on, we want a high number. Damn. Another skeleton shows up. Here we go. Have we... They're going to do double damage. So it looks like maybe these skeletons kind of know what's more at stake a little bit here. Double damage of this. 14 points of damage. Here we go. Starting with the rogue. And again, the rogue... Oh, we don't want the thief to live. Because if the thief lives, he steals the crown. But the rogue, if you do remember, he has self-preservation. So he will not take a hit. So we need to roll this 1d6. And Morgan, this is your character. Re-roll of the 1d6 to see who gets hit. On the roll of a 1 or 2, it will be the giant. On the 3 or 4, it will be the thief. On the 5 or 6, it will be the rogue. And they will start with the 17 points of damage. We do not want this to be a 5 or a 6. Thank God. Because if it was... because this... no, actually, this is the party kill anyway. It doesn't matter. They're all dead. I was thinking if it worked out, because it was 17 points of damage, right? I think it was 17 points of damage. Right? Am I correct with that? 17? Is that what I said what the damage was? I hope so. Or 7. Was it just 7? Now I'm confused. I think it was just 7. Did I double it? 14? If it's 14, that's funny, because that would have been a total party kill anyway. Anyway, I was worried that it would hit the rogue, wipe him out, roll over to the giant, wipe the giant out, and just leave the thief. And the thief would take the crown and disappear. So, thankfully, that did not happen. But I think we just got... I heard 14. Yeah, and that is exactly what we had. So, we have 3 skeletons and the crown in this room. which is kind of nice because when we enter, we know that we have 3 skeletons there and the other rooms are clear. So the next party that comes in have to deal with these 3 skeletons, pick up the crown, go into the next room, defeat those skeletons, then face the lich. So we actually paved the way pretty well. And the crown is 2 rooms away. Yeah, I'm happy to play this one again. I like the looseness of it and the stupidity and the whimsical nature of it. And after the games that we have been playing, this has been a nice thing to do. So I'll know what my schedule is going forward, and we can find a time hopefully to play this. We have a few games. We can prepare the next team better. Actually, this team, since we've taken out 3.5 rooms, the next party just needs to just have a couple decent weapons and can make a good run for it, I think. 5 years has passed as well. So again, they died. So a year passes until the next party comes. So we only 5 years. We just have to hope the next party has a Fey person to help us through so we don't lose time en route. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Mike, thank you. I know you got to go. Morgan, as always. Thank you so much just in general for being part of this from the beginning. And now that I'm moving into a different schedule, it'll be a little trickier for us maybe to play as frequently. But we'll see. My rehearsal, maybe I'll get it. I'm on stage the entire play. So, unless I'm changing clothes. So, hopefully I get out of rehearsal earlier than scheduled. Okay, anyway, that is it. I will keep you guys posted. Thank you so much for playing, and this was 12 Years by Max Moon Games, and that was really fun, and lighthearted and silly. Thank you so much, and until next time, stay dorky, my friends.